Hey everyone, and welcome to Cognito Key. All right, today we're basically going to become detectives. We're on a mission to track an invisible invader as it tries to start an infection. You're going to want to stick around for this one, trust me.
I mean, have you ever really thought about it? How does something you can't even see manage to get from over there to over here and into you? It's seriously like a tiny spy movie happening all around us. And in this explainer, we're going to follow the trail from beginning to end.
Okay, so first things first, we need to get a couple of key terms straight. We all tend to say infection and disease like they're the same thing, but they're not. An infection is just step one. The invader gets inside and starts multiplying. The disease is the sickness you might feel after that happens. And this is super important. Just because you have an infection doesn't automatically mean you'll get a disease.
So what exactly is an infection then? Well, it's what happens when a pathogen, a bacteria, a virus, or even a fungus gets into our body and starts making copies of itself. Basically, it's an all-out invasion at the cellular level by something foreign that our body doesn't recognize right away.
Right, so every villain has a lair, right? A secret hideout? Well, where do these pathogens hang out before they decide to cause trouble? They live in something called a reservoir. You can think of it as their natural home, their headquarters, before they launch their attack.
And believe me, these hideouts are literally everywhere. The main ones are other humans, animals, and insects, but they can also be in the environment, like in soil and water, or even hanging out on our food. Yep, any of these can be the starting point for that pathogen's journey. So let's talk about the first one, us, humans. It's kind of crazy, but a person can be a carrier, spreading these germs around without even feeling sick themselves. They become a secret agent for the pathogen without even knowing it. And of course, it's not just people. Animals are a huge source too. Lots of animals carry germs that are totally fine for them, but can be a big problem for us. And you've probably heard of this. When a disease makes that leap from an animal to a human, we call it a zoonotic disease.
Okay, so our pathogen has its headquarters. The big question now is, how does it break out? How does it travel from its home base to a new target? This is where the action really begins. It's time for the great escape.
You know, one of the sneakiest ways they travel is by catching a ride on insects, which we call vectors, and there are two main types. Think of a mechanical vector, like a fly, as just a taxi service. The germ just sticks to its legs for the ride. But a biological vector, like a mosquito, well, that's a whole different story. It's more like a living, breathing factory where the pathogen actually multiplies inside the insect before it gets to you. So clever, right?
But it's not all about insects. Pathogens can also spread through simple touch, or by landing on a doorknob that you touch later. They can float through the air after a cough or a sneeze. Or we could even eat or drink them if our food or water is contaminated. Basically, these little guys are experts at finding a way to get around. Okay, so we've met our villain, the agent. We found its hideout, and we know its getaway plans. Now it's time to put it all together and reveal the entire master plan. This is what's known as the chain of infection. And get this, for an infection to actually happen, 6 things have to line up perfectly, one after the other. It's like a series of dominoes.
Let's walk through it. It all starts with the pathogen itself, the infectious agent, just chilling in its reservoir. Then it has to find a way out, a portal of exit. It uses a mode of transmission to travel, finds a portal of entry into someone new, and finally, it reaches its target, a susceptible host.
So, links 1 and 2 are the foundation of the whole thing. You need the bad guy and its base. Without a pathogen and a place for it to live and grow, this story doesn't even start.
All right, link number 3. The pathogen has to escape its reservoir. A sneeze is a perfect example. It's basically a giant escape vehicle launching thousands of these little invaders out into the open air.
And that brings us to link 4, the getaway. Now our pathogen is out in the world, traveling, using the air, a surface, or maybe that insect taxi we talked about to get to its next destination.
Okay, link 5. It's arrived. Now it needs to find an open door into the new host. This could be as simple as you breathing it in, or it getting in through your eyes, or a tiny cut on your skin. It's looking for that unlocked door to a new home.
And here we are, the final link in the chain. The mission is only successful if the pathogen finds a susceptible host, someone whose body isn't quite ready to fight off this particular invader. And once it's in, mission accomplished. The whole cycle is ready to start all over again.
Whew! So we followed this entire secret journey from start to finish. But what's the point?
Why does knowing all of this even matter?
If this whole 6-step chain is the pathogen's playbook for winning, what's our countermove? How do we stop this journey dead in its tracks?
Well, here's the best part. The answer is actually really simple. You don't have to stop all 6 steps. You just have to break any single link in that chain. Washing your hands? Boom, you've just broken the mode of transmission. Covering a cough? You just block the portal of exit. Getting vaccinated? That makes you a much less susceptible host. Every action we take is about breaking a link.
So here's what I really want you to take away from this. This chain of infection, it's not just a scary process. It's actually a map that shows us all the different places where we can fight back. Every single one of those links is an opportunity. Knowing this, that's our superpower. And there you have it, the secret journey of an infection totally decoded. I really hope you enjoyed this little deep dive. If you did, please do me a favor and hit that like button, share it with someone, and of course, subscribe to Cognito Key for more. Thanks so much for watching, stay curious, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.